Byun in the bottom right and SHIN in the top left. Let's have a quick look at the map here. As this is one of the new maps in the ladder pool, 10,000 feet. You can see like a little bit weird space in the main base. And then you have the natural with these mineable minerals to a potential third base down here, which does prevent entry with like a vision blocking and a timed dying out overmind structure. And then you also have the other third base over here, or basically over here, kind of which you want to take. This one might be closer actually. It's a little bit of a weird base setup because those feel really, I mean, those are insanely close, right? Look at how close they are. You can see 3 bases in one picture here on the observer mode. That's how close they are. And then you have the corner bases, of course. And, well, this map looks really open. We do see these bleeding out structures, the debris, the overminds, they're gonna vanish after, I want to say like 8 minutes or something. Maybe a little bit faster. And we'll have to wait and see how this is gonna play out here. Honestly, on first glance, this looks a little bit like a favorable map for Zerg, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's no ramp into your natural base. There's a lot of kind of open ground and even ground. There's a bunch of vision blockers. There's a bunch of timed kind of structures. So those usually work better for Zerg because Zerg wants to get rid of them eventually. Not in the early game most of the time, but eventually they want to open up the map really to get their advantage. We have seen, by the way, a revitalization of the Mutalisk style, and SHIN actually is going for this lower base here. I wonder if this has any benefit over the other bases. I guess what's kind of interesting is in this map, you kind of have 3 options as a third base location. And yeah. Oh, the Reaper might get taken down now. It's a Byun Reaper. Oh, is he going too close to the sun? Byun. He's trying to bounce the queen. He wants to go in. What is he trying to do? He's trying to snipe the drone that he got low, but another queen joining the fray here, as we can see here. And that spot kind of. Now this is green. It's just a green wall. He does see the third base. So you have like 3 potential third bases to be able to take those. And already mined through here from SHIN. So very quick to do that. It's a very interesting setup, I want to say. You rarely see those. But then again, I like this position more for like tank pushes, right? You can set up a few tanks over here and then you can come over here and kill the third base as the Terran. I'm not really sure if this is the best base to take for the Zerg. But SHIN certainly thinks so. Trying to go for the creep tumor. Can he get it? He does get a snipe and the Reaper will still get away here. Now Banshee production. The Hellion Banshee 3cc, of course. The holy grail for Terran in this matchup. Well, he's trying to go for the creep tumor. He does bounce all of his own units there, unfortunately, though. SHIN going for a very late speed here. 4:30 about to finish. I want to say that feels quite late. He does get 1 Hellion, which is always nice. You never really want to lose the Hellions as the Terran player. They feel like a investment you kind of want to keep around for either a dive in with all of them or a Hellbat push eventually. Well, not really like a Hellbat push, but to complement your push with Hellbats to make it a little bit more beefy. Now Byun seems to choose the dive in option here, but maybe he's gonna rethink that, seeing all of these queens, and just pull back and get those with his push going. which he's mustering up for, of course. Getting that double engineering bay on the way. He's getting a couple extra barracks. Utilizing a lot of space in the natural base. They're kind of cool to see. Byun has always been a little bit funky with the way he puts his buildings and how he places his structures. And most of the time advantages for him. I wonder why SHIN didn't mine out all of these. He kind of wants to open the full picture over here, because this could bite him in the back. And he's actually using this as a lair as well. So if Byun sees this, this is going to be a prime target. Double Banshee going to the north here. I'm going to try to deny this hatchery or get a couple of drones. Did he get cloak? No, we don't have any cloak. We don't have any speed, so Banshees are just trying to brute force a little bit, see what they can do. Byun is a marine guy. He loves his marines. He's making more marines. He's sitting on 5 barracks. Are we gonna see the extra barracks? Oh, the armory actually is on the 3rd base location here. The Hallions still roaming here. Are gonna start to hit this hatchery. Of course, he can go there with the Hallions. He's gonna finish off a queen, maybe. Yeah, I think that's gonna fall. It's a nice kill. The surround on the Hallions is nice, so all of them do get denied here. He does get 4 probes, but he loses the full Hallion force, and he didn't cancel this base. He didn't even put much damage on this. And now he's kind of under pressure because he uses Hallions a little bit offensively, I want to say. We do see his Marines, though, in position here. The tank in position, ready to pounce. Can you get another queen? No, it does not seem that the answer is yes. Indeed, there's a Banshee going down, and this one Banshee is just kind of stuck here now. Extra factory coming online here for Byun. He's kind of making a funny wall. I mean, look at this. This is so cute, right? And then you drop like a Hydra over here and shoot over there or something. Or you use a Viper and pull in 1 SCV at a time. That's something an AI would probably do. Byun is not on his 8 barracks production yet. He's only sitting on 5 barracks. We see the 4th command center going down first. He's gonna snipe an overlord. He's gonna push out with his tanks, and he did not opt to go for this location. There's a lot of value actually in trying to kill the 3rd base. He's going for the 4th base because he says, alright, the creep is not as established here yet. There is no bailing speed yet, so no bailing HP. And Byun's force though is kind of small. He does not have the hugest army, and we do already see a good amount of Hydras here, ready to pounce on the tanks. Can Byun make this happen though? Baneling speed is about to finish, but no Banes. SHIN is out of Banes, ladies and gentlemen. He needs to make some more Banelings. He's creating a bunch of links right now. He does not want to invest into Banelings as of yet, because he kind of needs the links to buffer for the Hydras. Byun is pushing in. Can he snipe a base here? He's gonna snipe a queen there. Queen's gonna get stuck on those morphin banelings in the way. Now SHIN coming in from the left side as well with a flank. A bunch of Hydras in the north, but it feels like the tanks are just already gone. A couple of Banes trying to run in here, but I mean, like the tanking force of SHIN is gone, and the tanks in the back from Byun are just wreaking havoc here. Only 3 Hydras remain in the north, 2 on the left side. This army is getting so thin for SHIN. Another tank joining the fray here, maybe a little bit ambitious there in the positioning, but still he does get it up. 1 Marine is all that's needed to keep this force alive, and Byun does get the W in this one beautifully executed push here. Just a little bit too fast of a timing for SHIN to stop, so well done by Byun. Does manage to grab the win there. And we go into Winter Madness. Seems like 1,000, 10,000 feet is a little bit of a too close map for Terrans. So they get a good advantage there. And Zerg seems to struggle. Alright. Let's get into the next map. It's gonna be Winter Madness, of course. And we're on the top left here with Byun, and in the bottom right with SHIN. Of course, Byun is up 1-0 here. And it's best of 3 set. What are we gonna see on Winter Madness? As I said earlier in the other series, this is a map where a lot of players feel very comfortable on, it seems like. It's one of the most standard maps from this current ladder pool. And you see a spawning pool first here from SHIN. So I might go for a very fast 3-base setup with delayed queens. But ultimately he will delay his speed. What does he mean by delayed queens? Well, basically what you do is you get your spawning pool first, you get your first queen out quite fast, but the second queen is going to be delayed quite a bit, so you use that money, because you don't have the production facility, you use that money to set up a third base. He's starting the first queen, and he's actually going into geysers, so this might just be a safety precaution here. Not gonna do that crazy mineral heavy gasless opening. Command center here on location, of course, for Byun. He's not afraid in this second map because he's already up 1-0. And the Reaper is gonna start his journey across the map. What was he looking there? I mean, maybe he's looking for some links to walk around. We did not see any links being made, so SHIN is playing this lingless for now. He does have 100 minerals, gas, which is going to use. It seems like he wants to go into the lair and not into link speed. Oh, he's not using the gas. So he gets the base first. He still sits on the gas. He just gathers it and then he sits on it for a long time. I mean, he still hasn't... There we go, okay. So he's starting speed here. That was quite a bit later than I thought. He starts at 3 minutes. That's a really late speed. When is this gonna finish? Ah, it's actually, yeah, it's about like 4 something again. The Hellion Banshee, of course, for the Terran again, and the 3-base setup, and then into 5 and 8 racks, most likely, and 4 bases, something like that. Very standard stuff. We have seen it at, I want to say, a million times already in the past decade. It's probably the Legacy of the Void TVZ opening. We rarely see two base setups trying to finish off the Zerg these days. I mean, once Byun did win, while he won his championship, his World Championship 2017, I want to say, he did, in fact, go for a lot of 2-base openings and just did dissect any Zerg in his way with those. So those are quite powerful, but they are kind of all in. If you don't really do the damage, well then you die, or you fight from behind, you don't die. But if you could just kill your opponent, right? Oh, what? Oh, so he's faking cloak right now. There you go. So he wants to force spores. Basically, you can against a Banshee, no cloak Banshee aggression, you can just defend with queens, because you're gonna have queens anyways for the creep spread. But he kind of wants to force a few spore crawlers. Even though this also does prevent his medivacs and dropships from coming in, it is an early investment. It's 2 drones and it's kind of buildings that are not gonna be that useful for a while. And he sees the spore, he's gonna be happy, even though he doesn't get any damage with the Banshees. It also kind of it tricks your opponent into thinking that, hey, like, imagine you're SHIN right now, you're the Zerg, and you want to go for an all-in, and you see, oh, he has cloak on the way. Then you're like, I need an Overseer to actually finish him off, so your lair tech timing is gonna be, like, you're gonna feel pressured just by that, right? Oh, he's just sitting inside the overload range, it's kind of funny. having coffee, having a discussion about politics right now. Hydra Den on the way here, double evolution chamber. The baneling nest did just finish up. He needs to start that baneling speed here. There it is. And he's gonna do that now. 10 more drones on the way here. Byun is not gonna find any damage. He does have his third CC landed, his 1-1 is on the way. He's already thrown down the armory, so this time he wants to utilize these Hellions for Hellbats, I want to say. We're gonna see them getting pushed out with a big one. Can he make it work though? If he loses the Hellions now, it would actually be a little bit of a sad investment there on the armory this fast. He might want to keep the Banshees alive as well for the push. It's like an all-out war. You want to bring everything you have, and the supply block is not going to help you here, Byun. There we go, finally fixing that up. And he's starting to lose some of his Hellions. He did lose a Banshee. He did kill a Queen and a bunch of Lings for it, but it's not really worth it, I want to say. 6 Lings and a Queen for a Banshee, 2 Hellion, 1 Hellion and a Reaper. While you're trying to go for like a little bit of a Hellbat push. I don't like it that much. And yeah, indeed, he's going for that 8-drag style here right now, so he's gonna bring all of his units, and yeah, keeping those Banshees alive I feel like is key. If you have 2 above your army, above your tanks, they're just gonna be so safe from any Zerglings trying to come in, or even they're gonna be helpful against picking off some Banelings. And he's hunting for these Zerglings, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be the hunter or the prey, as we see the surround happening on one of the Hellions. So another Hellbat less for this push here. He's going into his +1 damage for the siege weapons. And there we see only 3 Hellbats. Imagine it would have been 6 against 1 Queen and 8 Lings more. I think I want to see the 3 more Hellbats, honestly. I'm not sure. And the 1 Banshee. The Banshee is actually not coming with this push, so Byun is already kind of discarding his ideas here. And as you can see, he's keeping the Hellbats with the tank to try and keep them safe from a Ling. It's like a Ling protection, you know. But there's already Baneling speed finished. There's such a big army here for SHIN. I don't know what... Byun has actually a big army supply, but this is not all of his army. He has half of the army at the front, half is coming from the back right now, but SHIN is setting up for the surround. He's ready to pounce, and he's starting to come in here. Tanks need to be focused on the Banelings. He's trying to kill the Banes in the north to create an out for his units there. But this tank setting up, I feel like the reinforcements... Oh my god, he's even shooting the ice. That's not the one you want to shoot. The Medivacs under pressure here. Only Marines surviving, not enough tanks. The Banshee's coming back. He does not lose these Medivacs, which is actually a big deal. That's a lot of supply that he could have lost there very easily. And SHIN is feeling confident. He's going into +2 armor, +1 melee. He's going into the infestation pit. He's going into another base, which actually finished up already. And he's just going into some more units here. Try and best this army, throw it back one more time. He's going into more and more Banelings. 30 Banes already on the field, but 72 Marines. Byun is not... He's not joking around at hitting that M key, or A key, or whatever it is. And that small Ling counterattack is not going to do anything. A few Banelings might have been even a better choice there. Banshee does find the last Ling remainders on the side. But this position is not really creating anything here for Byun. He still has these units loaded up inside the Medivac. He just got a half connection there on his Marines. Finally he's going to drop those out. But yeah, as I said, this position is not doing anything for himself. I mean, he's not pressuring a base. He's not even pressuring creep. He's only holding a position in the center, which means should allow him to reinforce, but actually, as we can see here, SHIN is even already on top of that. And yeah, it's just breaking through here, killing off some reinforcements. Now, Byun is starting to abandon this position in the middle, and this could be a moment to pounce. SHIN, though, is just waiting for his hive to finish up. He's gonna go into some Vipers, he's gonna go into some Blinding Clouds, and he's gonna mess with Byun big time. Because I don't think you can survive Vipers if you only make 92 Marines and 3 tanks, I don't think you're gonna be able to maneuver through all of those buildings. Oh, Marines getting stuck here. That's a big portion of the army. One tank is sieging up in a nice position, but this Marine force is kind of pincered here. Now Byun also with a big ball of Marines on the right side here. He does get a base, he does get a bunch of... It doesn't even get workers, but he does get a bunch of queens, I want to say. He does get a bunch of units as well. And, oh, can he get into the main base potentially here? He does need to fly away from the Hydras. He does find a spot to unload, but these Marines, they're basically like, they're living on credit right now. And credit's about to run out, as well as for these medevacs. Oh my god, they kind of managed to get away there. Oh, if he could have sniped the infestation pit as well, would have been nice. He does deny +2 attack on melee, which is quite good actually. We do see the first 3 wipers on the way here. Shin is re-establishing his bases here on the right side and one new one on the left side. And he's actually getting another evolution chamber into the main base here. It's infestation pit, man. If that would have died, maybe Byun can make it happen. Make it happen. Still there, but Shin is already on top of things there. Now Byun is trying to brute force his way in here. He's on 72 Marines only right now. On 70 SCVs, on 4 tanks. It's just tank Marine, go, go, go. I have 14 medevacs, that's enough. He says the tanks might not be enough. Oh my god, that Marine force there on the left side really shredding down the Bane train, trying to come in there. But the Bane train was not the Pain train. It did not actually connect with their targets there. Can Byun shut down the right side again here? And now finally the blinding clouds coming in here. Tanks completely useless. Utter madness there. And the Marines are trying to stand strong, but in the end they even get a connection on top of themselves and completely wiped here in the middle. Nothing left there in the center. 3-3 was not completed yet. Byun coming again here for the infestation pit. He will be able to clear it if he clicks on it. It's an easy kill. It's an easy kill, I said. Come on, you effing. He even has a couple of Marines on strike right now in the north. Can he please kill that frickin' building? I can't believe that this is gonna survive another day. Oh my god, it's actually gonna survive. That's the most luckiest infestation pit I've ever seen in my life. Now Byun is gonna try to redrop you on the low ground while he sets up another force on the left base. Can he get the Viper snipes? Unfortunately he does not, and that's all you kinda need. Parasitic bombs, blinding clouds, completely gonna deny the tank Marine style here. And yeah, I mean Shin is just pushing Byun back on every front. Byun's reinforcements are just not producing fast enough. His army's not trading well enough. Can he still make this stand happen? Not without any medevacs. Tanks joining the fray here, but that's even not gonna siege up here. Trying to move back, and Shin is just pressing forward. Single banelings and links running in to tank the fire there, and finally Hydra dash is completed. He's gonna lunge forward there, as we say in France, and then he just pushes Byun back all the way to his base. Byun has 4 bases. He did set up another base, and he only has orbitals, so he does have a quadruple mule setup, which is nice for him. But he needs to even float this one out. Like he is floating the main base over here. He should float the natural over there as well. He's completely out of money right now. Let's say that he has a high 800 minerals, but he kind of wanna even have reactors at this point on these barracks. But he's just non-stop producing. In the end though, he's actually making another command center. That's kind of crazy. But he's not really going for a transition. There's no ghosts coming in. There's no liberators coming in. There's nothing on the horizon to really bolster his army. Oh, Widow Mines. Actually, he does do a tiny bit of a transition, but there's no upgrades for the Widow Mines. They don't have any armor. They don't have any drilling claws. And there's no tech lab anymore on the factory, so he's gonna set up the Marauder concussive, so he will go into more Marauder heavy style. Oh, that medevac is gonna barely get away, but wherever he goes, there's already defense. He could snipe the infestation pit, which by the way also did not get transfused. Oh my god, he's like defending with the drone and the queen. So the infestation pit is safe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's safe. It does not need a transfuse, it can just bleed to health again, as the Zerg do. Now Shin finally coming with an attack here. Vipers are throwing down blinding clouds on the tanks. There's another tank getting blinding clouded, and he really wants to kill the army. He's trying to go push in really deep here, but does not actually manage to get what he's looking for. He's gonna get this base though. Most definitely gonna kill the whole mineral line as well. And there we see another push here from Byun. He does manage to snipe the right base. The big question is, can he kill enough? He lost basically his biggest operational base, and he's about to lose a command center in the making. Oh, he did kill the base, but he also lost a bunch of units. And oh my god, no drones, no, they're splitting up into even groups to get completely splashed as well. That was a beautiful split from the drones, the 8 drones. They thought like, we want to have the Widow Mines get the same amount of kills if possible. They didn't split correctly, it was a 3-5 split, but in the end both Widow Mines were very happy. Now this is Byun's last stand here. This could be his last army. He does have a huge army, he does have a lot of units, but remember, Banelings is half a supply. You're very supply efficient, you only need 2 to blow up 50 Marines if they're on the correct, you know, way. Correctly set up. This one Ling is actually ramping up kills right now. He is already at 2 kills, he's gonna get 3 kills. Maybe not. Oh, that's a good connection there on the Widow Mine, 8 kills. But Byun is not, as I said, he's not really transitioning out of this. He's only making Widow Mines, he's making a bunch of Marauders. These things finally have new add-ons. He is maxed out right now, so he cannot make anything anymore, but he's about to face Lurkers, so I don't think... If he cannot kill Shin before Shin has Lurkers... No, they're already Lurkers, alright. So... This is his last attempt, basically. If he cannot win this fight, he's gonna lose the game. He's refusing to transition, he's trying to brute force this. But Shin is maybe just a little bit too strong to fall over and die here. Lurker's not gonna kill a medevac. Well, can he outmaneuver those Lurkers? Can he outmaneuver the army? Can he kill enough Banes before they connect with his armies? Again, running off creep, trying to evacuate there. You see a few Marauders trying to come in for a reinforce, trying to be tanky there, but they are already so low on health that they don't really tank anything for the army. And we see the 30 army supply lead that Byun had, it's gone. He did kill a base, alright, but... Or maybe he killed 2, I can't even remember. This also is gone. Now Shin is running low on bases, he needs to be a little bit careful, but as long as he has the Lurkers, he should be kind of unbreakable if he has just enough units with those. Now he's going for the medevac snipes here, so that's really painful. Lurkers are exposed. So this base is again gonna fall, but he did just kill the whole army there on the right side, so he will be able to push into the heart of the Terran. And I feel like if Byun should not be able to defend this, or maybe he does, maybe he just has enough to whittle this down. Shin does not want to fight without his Lurkers. And Shin is operating on one mining base, and Byun is mining from this base. Basically, this is such a scrappy game here. Can Byun kind of make the wonder happen? Can he make the miracle happen? Oh, Widow Mine's just running into their death. It's not gonna help you. He might be able to clear out this base, but at what cost? Oh, actually, he does have a big group of units coming there from the south, but we also see the reinforcement stream coming in. It's only links, though. There's not going to be enough here for Shin. But sometimes all you need is just 2 Banes. 2 Banes to win a game. Sometimes that's all you need. Now, Shin is already long. He's like long distance mining from here. He still has more workers. And he did set up this base, so he does have 2 bases mining right now. They're not fully operational, as you see. This is a 14 max, and it's about to run even drier here. On 2 more patches, so this is about to be half base. He does have like 80 minerals over here, but yeah, he's long distance mining, and this is a fresh base. Now he needs to defend this base. He's trying to move a few more Banes. Can he get one of the medevacs? Unfortunately, he does not. Byun is gonna get away. But Byun still has a big army here. He's still in the army supply lead. If we take a look at the efficiency, Byun has been insanely efficient over the course of this game. Just throwing down marauders, marines, tanks, and a few water mines. Blinding cloud here on the tank. Of course the tank's not abductable anymore. Bane's completely clearing and the base even going down, so Bane's clear the SCVs as well. Byun is trying to evacuate into his main base, make a stand on that high ground over there, but he will lose the bases over on the left side, and those are his big mining bases. It's basically all of his... he has one more orbital in the natural, but he needs to kind of keep that safe. Now Shin, identifying this beautifully, is just going for all the SCVs, 30 SCVs. Byun is down to 3. He cannot mine anymore, and he might even lose this base. There's a bunch of Hydras they have, +3 attack. No, he's not gonna finish it. He's trying to go for some medivacs. He runs into a Widow Mine, 18 kills on the captain. He gets 10 more links there. Already had 8 from earlier. Now if Byun can win this fight, oh, the blinding cloud, beautiful! And a nice surround with the links coming in from the other side. He cannot move the Hydras, but he doesn't need to. Byun is gonna lose this game. Oh my god, what a clutch win from Shin! What a clutch win from Shin. Wow, both players going into the most scrappy scenario I've seen in a while and just throwing units at each other, trying to get the kill on the other player, and they just barely not being able to do it to each other. What an insane game there. What a slugfest. Really, really close game. In the end, Shin comes on top of this one. What for nice power plays here. And now we go into a completely different map here. In the bottom left we do have Byun, and in the top right we do have Shin. And this map is called Celestial Enclave. You do have a backdoor half base, and you have a high ground for your third base, and then you can choose. You go down here and take a fourth base, which is a little bit more exposed to ground attacks, or you just break down those rocks, take a little bit of a tempo disadvantage, and take another high ground expansion over here. And then you can also kind of set up tanks over there and safely secure another, well, it's like a... how do we say this? 60% base? 60% base, but it has to have a rich geyser, so... There's a lot of kind of weird resource locations that are quite easy to secure here. But if you reach down to the bottom right and you go all the way into the bottom right, you get another kind of double ramp location to yourself. Ready to set up there. Something's weird with this sound, right? It might just be my cord. I hope the sound is going in nicely for everybody else. I might need to buy a new cord for my headphones. Seems like they're kind of... it's starting to break down after... about to be 10 years. Another aux cable. Oh, I need to open the chat, by the way. A few bots. Obviously I saw Byun was super dead. Yes, I think so. And GGMW, good to see you here again. Kazoots. He looked really dead, right? I thought he was dead like, I don't know, 7 times or something. He kept on losing the army, but he kept on trading and he kept on resetting the base count for Shin. And he kind of shaved off enough. He traded just efficient enough and killed enough economy at the same time that he kind of stayed in the game until basically Shin was also almost dead. That was a crazy game. But yeah, we see this map really playing into the favor of the Terran players here. In a very unique way. You have the 3cc setup anyway, so why not just make it in the back where it can already start mining immediately. So you do instantly profit here as the Terrans. From this, it's like you're landing a third base on location, but it's not, it doesn't ramp up all the way, right? But it's free. You don't need to defend this in any way, other than maybe a turret or something. And you can basically defend this with like 3 units. Make a wall over here as well. Get a couple Hellions, a tank, or a Banshee or something, a Reaper. There you go, that's enough to hold the wall. Shin already working on this kind of rock here, the blockade it's called. Of course, there's a nice position that Terrans can abuse over here, where they can kind of pressure the back base, which Shin also took, by the way. And they can also stage a push here into the natural base. He does lose the Reaper there, by the way, Byun does. I'm not sure if it's my cord or my sound settings. I need to check the VOD if the sound was weird. But I'm having sound bugs in different games as well recently, so not sure. I did try to reinstall the sound drivers and anything, but maybe it broke it even more. Being last common online, yeah. It seems like the most recent OBS updates really have messed with my PC. Not sure why. Marine going aggressive against this creep tumor here. That's a funny interaction I haven't really seen in a while. One Marine moving out on its own. It's gonna get a creep tumor and walk back to the base to safety with his friends here. Byun going immediately into 5 breaks here very fast. Even before saturating the 3rd base, which is only a half base, reminder. And Shin is also going for a very quick 4th base. So we haven't really been talking about this as much from the Zerg perspective. But a back base usually does not do much for you. Unless, let's go out on a limb, you want to have a macro hatch anyways. You're gonna play a extremely Ling heavy, Ling Bane only style. Then having that on a actual base just operates like the Terran. You want to have a macro hatchery anyways, so you get extra income. And then you can just boost your tech timing by that. He's going into the Hydras now though. So maybe I'm not getting all the stuff, all the thoughts out of it I'm trying to put in, but yeah. You know, Shin was kind of waiting for Byun to open the door. Oh my god, the Marine's on the outside, a nice Bane connection. Oh, is Shin just gonna kill him? Byun moved out, he did not re-wall on the other side. And he opened up the bricks. Now Shin is gonna get 9 SCVs, he's gonna get like 10 Marines, 12 Marines even. And for what? He's trading mostly evenly. Man, that's never a good sign. Because he is just, and yeah, the 9 SCVs of course, he's just mining more. And he's even gonna explode in his economy in a very small matter of time here. He's creating so much space on the map right now. There's so much active creep around the map here, growing out. He's even taking another base with this. He's saying like, alright, that was good. Let's take another base. 2 upgrades on the way though. That's the only saving grace here for Byun. There's only a 1 carapace, kind of trying to keep up with that here for Shin. And if Byun can find a good position, maybe, but he's so deep on creep here right now. He's just starting to clear out the creep, which he's doing nicely, but Shin already trying to come in here to re-establish the creep. Is he gonna get hit with a big Widowmine shot? Does not seem that's the case here. We do see... Oh, that's a big Widowmine hit though! And no more Banes. Did Shin just mess this up? The Tastelope. Oh, he's even losing some drones here. Did Shin just mess this up? He should have enough queens, he should have enough hydras. He does have the Banes about to finish. And Byun is miscontrolling for some reason. I'm not sure what he was clicking there. He is reinforcing right now. He's killing some more creep. Can he overwhelm? I don't think he can. There should be enough reinforcements here for Shin already out on the field. And the creep is not gone yet. The creep on the other side was re-established. Well done here by Shin. I think that's a very big move. If he does not get that re-established on the right, then Byun can just go there now. Like, he could have went there and tried to push from that bottleneck position again. Shin is gonna run into this army here with the Lynx. And he will still get his Lynx out of there until he hits the Widow Mine, which is gonna kill half of them. That's 5 down the drain. And Shin going into an infestation pit. If Shin does not get a good engagement soon or a good fight soon, this might be a difficult position again. But this could be the fight he was looking for. Byun just running into the open arms there of Shin's Banes and of course embracing the green goo there. Now, can he snipe down the Banes? Oh, that's some big Widowmine connections. I can't believe this 30 kill on one of those mines there. The other one, no doubt, about the same amount here. But it's in the end not enough to hold his ground. He does not keep a position. He does not have drilling claws. He's only going into more barracks right now. And more barracks production. Marauders coming into the fray here. Widowmine's trying to set up again, but he's a little bit slow about it this time. He does not get a fortified position or setup for the mines here. These on the high ground are just waiting for their moment. Ah, that's a good split. I mean, he still loses a few more units that he should have, but it's good enough. And behind this, I mean, Byun in the end was not able to pressure any of the bases. He was not able to kill a bunch of drones. He was not able to do what he was able to do last time when he went and traded army for a base, basically, and still remained like in the army trades. Still had some good trading. Now Shin is gonna be the one that's gonna cancel the base here. This is gonna be definitely gonna go down. Is Byun even gonna cancel this? A baneling flank from the left is gonna kill so many marines here. Did Byun just completely mess up this engagement? Beautiful escape there on the left side there with the SCVs. I really love the move there, going through the mineral only path as it was intended. But the quadruple drop here, it just came back home. It needs to unload. There was so much army tied up in the loaded up inside the medevacs here. Can that Widowmine burrow behind the marines here? I don't think it can, and Byun is completely getting pushed back here. Did he lose the command center? I can't believe he did lose the natural base, so that's a big blow actually. He did lose the natural base. If he cannot win with his army, I'm seeing black for you, as we say in Germany. I mean, Shin is just gonna take the third base and do that over there, but he should probably lift this one and float it over here, because there's so many SCVs around here. Actually, he doesn't have that many. 87 drones here. Shin on a abysmal economy here. This base is gonna get cancelled, and the drone is gonna get killed. He's trying to shoot down those Banes. He's getting some of them. And Shin does not really get the good engagement he's looking for. The Marines running into the main base actually. Getting picked up, but the medevac does get sniped down here as well. Now the big ball of bio is committing on top of the creep. It's not as spread as it was before, so Shin has an opportunity to pounce on this one. Can he get the engage he's looking for? He's shaving off more and more units, and that was a good connection on the Bane. One more might have just been enough to do the trick. Is not gonna get lucky there, unfortunately, here. But in the end, it's only 11 drones falling. And he's still sitting on 77. He does not get the big economy resets like he did last time. And I feel like he's just falling more and more behind. If we take a look at the incoming bunch, it's way bigger than it was last game. And yeah, Byun never got back to make extra SCVs. He never got back to float out another command center. He never got back to make another command center. So he's running on borrowed time right now. He's trying to make this work. 3-3. Did just finish up. Can he find a good position for his bio to be efficient enough But Lurk is already on the field here, pushing back the main force, I want to say, even though it's smaller than the harassment in the north. Now, can Byun even find a way inside? These medevacs are really hurt. He's even kind of pushing the medevac into a difficult position there. Spore coming in here to try and flank. The Spore flank, of course. We've seen it all. Byun's base has even opened up. He didn't never re-wall. He's actually supply blocked right now, so yeah, losing a couple medevacs there with a bunch of units inside is gonna help him to keep his production running. And so grossly overstimmed. He needs medevacs, he needs bio units, he needs everything, he needs economy, but he just doesn't have it. He needs good connections. Nice Widowmine shot here again. It's like 20 links down the drain. But it is not gonna be enough here for Byun. And SHIN is not blindly following Byun into those small corridors. He's just gonna go ahead and cancel this 4th base attempt here from Byun. He's not gonna go into the bottleneck. So, well done here by SHIN. He's playing this quite cautiously. And what he didn't try to go out for another base, but he has enough. Like, he still has enough to mine. If we look at the bases, they're not mined out yet. There's still 300 even on these patches there. So he still has a lot to mine. He tried to take this base a few times. He messes up with the links again. He's not gonna get that cleared. But in the end, like, he's now starting to establish a few more bases, but might not be enough. Oh, if we can get some good connections for Byun, but there's only one Widowmine and it is not gonna get a good connection. 2 Banes is not gonna be enough here. Do we see another Widowmine walking in? No, he's not even making them right now. And yeah, he just can't really seem to gain any ground. He did float over this half base now, which I really like. And he does have a drop here on the left side, but he might just lose this base again. Like, keeping one mineral patch or the geyser active here actually is really beautifully... I want to say it's a very smart move, so you can always evacuate through the mineral path with the workers. Oh, he's trying to drop the lurker army. He's trying to come in for a flank. Can he completely dismantle this group of Zerg units? He does kill a bunch of them, but then the scan runs out. And even the lurker does survive. The lurker is traded efficiently enough here, I want to say. And there's just not enough army left over for Byun, and he's gonna GG. SHIN will take the series. What a fought series. That was crazy here. What a well fought series by both players.